What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Folks, back on the Bossman. So you see him in the background, in the foreground, there's our good brother, Coach Robert there, SMU Mustangs now. Dallas, Texas doing his thing down there. Coach Lanier, looking good, brother. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. Good to see you, brother. Always good to connect with you.
No doubt, Coach. Hey, man, let me ask you, man. We know practice started this week, man, for you guys, and how excited is it now to get on in year two now? Because I know last year wasn't how you wanted to go, but now got you guys, the guys you want to bring in this fast off season now, they see what you got on the court now a little bit more here.
Yeah, it really does feel like year two. Sometimes when you go into a new job, the first year can almost be a reset of the program, and then year two winds up really being a true year one that you got things reset. But in this case, we brought in 8 new guys that first year, and coming into year two, we had 10 guys returning. So, we try to set a culture and a way of doing things, and then we were able to bring back 10 guys who are a part of that culture back. So we feel like we got some continuity, but we also added 5 new guys, and 3 of which we had pre-existing relationships with, and so, but the returning guys were able to help integrate those new guys into it in a way that the first year, couldn't happen. And then every 4 years, you're allowed to take a foreign trip with your team, and we were able to do that this summer. So we had the work in the summer, and 10 days of practice, and played 3 games over there. So we feel like we're becoming a team, and we've had some experiences together to build on. So even though today is the first week of practice and the second day of practice, it does feel like we've been together a little bit longer than that.
Coach Lanier, how was that trip to Spain, getting those 3 games over there, kind of seeing what you have early again, and also the bonded piece of being over in Spain where you don't know the language at all, you all are just over there as one group together, trying to, on a foreign country.
Yeah, you know what? I've been fortunate to be able to do that on several occasions. And this group was really fun to be around because they embraced every part of the trip. If we were going to see a museum or a historical site, there was no complaining or bickering about what we were doing. They really tried to take in every aspect of it. And that's what you want young people to do when you get a chance to see another part of the world. You want them to enjoy it. You want them to enjoy the food. And, sometimes you get over there and kids, all they want to do is find the next McDonald's. And I'm sure they did their share of that. But as a group, they embraced the cultural aspect of being in the country of Spain. Basketball-wise, it was tremendous. I think we got out of it what we wanted out of it from that standpoint. And then just the camaraderie, everyone having their families there and just having that time together and getting to know one another on a deeper level. It was really, really a great experience for everybody. It was, as foreign trips go, it was the best experience that I've been a part of.
100%. And how cool was it to take it in with your son, who's on your roster, but have your son there with you to get experience there with you and get him to get that experience as well?
Oh, man, it's great, man. He's a great kid. He's a great teammate. And to be around and watch him have that experience with his teammates and for it not to be infringed upon by my position, like it really is organic, his connection with his teammates. And so that's a relief because you don't want his experience to be in any way negatively affected by his dad being a coach. And then my daughter is a junior here at SMU. She's in her second year. So mom was happy because both of her babies are here. So we were all together on the trip along with the rest of the families of the staff. So, and some of the players had their families over there. So it was all in all, man, it checked a lot of boxes for us.
Now, for you, Coach, what was your best experience over there for you? Like, what was your favorite moment or so over there when you all was over there in Spain, man?
Boy, there was a lot of good things. But I would say, we have 2 walk-ons on our team, and those guys got an opportunity to play. And there's a kid on our team, Jackson Young, who's a really cool kid. He's just a great personality, awesome rapper. He got it all going. He's just a cool, all-around cool kid, and he's a good player. And in the last game, he was the only one who hadn't scored a basket yet over there. And so there was a desire among all of us to see him, hit a bucket. And he hit back-to-back threes to finish out the tour in the last game. And it was really a cool experience for the entire team. And, it's always great when you have those guys in the program that everybody loves those guys. And they get, they work so hard and they make so many sacrifices to be a part of it. And when they get a reward like that, it's a pretty cool thing. So that was great.
And Coach, Faison says, you're the walk-on, you're the scout team, offense, defense. So you're putting in mad work. You happen to the guys really mimic what they're going to see on game day. So those walk-ons get in the game and get those shots, man. They work so hard for the team, being prepared, you guys prepared. It's so important. I think fans really understand how important those guys are on the team.
Trey Utter and Jackson Young, those guys are phenomenal young people, great teammates. Everybody loves them, and it is great when they get an opportunity to get on the floor and be rewarded. So that was great.
And Coach Lanier, and I know, like, you and I both know this, we talked about this before. I know last year we didn't have the wins and ones with close games. And I know we both know you're going to get better at that while, playing games. But how cool is it to see your guys grow from that? Kind of, that happened last year. This year, first focus on late game scenarios, late game situations. They can not, rather going 5 or 9, you can go 9 and 5 or even better. Those games that are really close, down to the wire games.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's a testament to our staff and to the quality of the young people that were in the program. Number one, that everybody wanted to come back. The guy who led us in scoring, there was a lot of attention, coming his way with transfer portal and all of that, whether or not he was going to be back with us. And Zurich Phelps, he announced before the end of the season he came out and made it clear that he wouldn't be entering the portal. And you rarely see that, a guy announce that. You see a lot of kids announcing that they're leaving, but you don't see very many kids announcing that they're staying. And what he wanted to do, what he was trying to do, was eliminate any distractions, eliminate a bunch of phone calls that were going to be a waste of people's time. But it also said a lot about the relationships in our program and the fact that we got a lot of unfinished business and that we're going to get better. And that a lot of that energy was created by his decision to come back, and he's followed through on that by improving as a player. And so a lot of those 10 returnees that I mentioned earlier have brought that mindset back with them, and the new players have walked into that energy, and it's I think it's moved us forward.
No doubt, Coach. I talk to people here in Atlanta, about the record. I said, don't look at the record. They play hard every night. They're in games. It's a lesson to here or there. I think sometimes fans and us casual observers don't understand. The box score don't tell you the whole story. About records. Certain things go into it. Now, like your team played hard as heck last year. It's just that some late games things didn't go your way. But like I said, sometimes that time you can't let that record define who you are. And then even for the young men on your team, you can let that record define who you are. You're playing the right way. It's got to be better in certain situations when they arise again.
That's right. Yeah, it's a process. I admire coaches that can go into any situation and turn it like Coach Prime on day one, and I think that's admirable when you see people do that. That wasn't our story. We've got a lot of growth ahead of us, but we're going to be a lot better this year as a result of the experiences these guys had last year, and so that's going to be part of our story. But I'm pretty confident about our group. Like you said, we played hard last year. We didn't play hard enough, if I'm being totally honest. This team is already light years ahead of where we were at this time last year. I think there's a greater understanding and grasp of what we want this to look like. And I think we got their attention. And so there's going to be a lot of progress.
Hey, Coach Lanier, talk about this piece, too. I don't think you talk about enough. Been in Dallas, Texas, the opportunity for your young men to get internships, the network with the SMU degree. Talk about that for your young men, because there was 20-hour rules that guys can now intern those part-time jobs they wanted to now. Talk about that piece of being in Dallas, where you are for your guys to network in that community, whether it be sports management, business, where they want to go into after basketball. The opportunity is there for them.
Yeah, we got a program here. It's called Life After Ball. It's run by a woman by the name of Lisa Rawls, and she is the director of this Life After Ball program. And I've been, I've been in, a lot of programs over 34 years. I've never seen a program. I've seen programs that have a label like this, that they're created to try to connect people with alumni and such. But this is happening in real time. They're actually physically being connected with CEOs and presidents of local companies in a very meaningful, tangible way through this program run by Ms. Rawls. It is phenomenal. And I don't know if you can have a program like this if you're not in a locale like a Dallas or Atlanta, if you could really bring people from Fortune 500 companies to the table on your campus in real time. Being in Dallas allows us to touch people like that, and for our players to get directly connected with successful people in the community, in the field that kids might be considering, and they can be educated about what those fields consist of from these leaders themselves. It's phenomenal. Life After Ball, Lisa Rawls is just Rawlings. It's just a tremendous program that I've never seen anything like it. And, obviously Dallas is a great city with so much opportunity and so much commerce. And we do take advantage of it here at SMU.
100% coaching. I'm looking at your non-con schedule, Coach, man. It's talented, Coach. It really is. You really want to test your guys, man. I see what you
You know what? I was talking to one of my colleagues. They were like, why do you keep doing this? But I want that to be part of our culture, that we're going to play people. And, even if we take some licks, we're going to stick our neck out there and try to create a standard of playing at the highest level. And there was so much talk about conference realignment and all of this stuff, and you never know what's going to happen. So what we could control is that we could build a great schedule. And so we wanted to do that. And certainly I think the approach a lot of coaches take, and I understand it, and I certainly wouldn't be critical of it, is just try to build a schedule where you can win as many games as you possible. And that might be the smartest thing to do. And so it might not be the prudent way to go about scheduling. I'm at an age where I'm not. I should probably be thinking more long term, but I want to take some chances, and I want to do something special here. And I think that in order to do that, you got to play some people that can beat you, and but you can beat them too. And so it's just a matter of time before we start coming out on the right side of those. And so, you can't make it if you don't shoot. So
No doubt. Yeah, shoot your shot, coach. You already know.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot.
Yes, sir. Hey, I say, coach, I'm trying to say, master, woo. But I have, coach, I believe in you. So I got you. Thank you. I believe in you. And I was happy to see you up with the ACC. Talk about that move coming up here. And I know I see you at least once a year, hopefully. We'll see you once a year coming to the Tech. So talk about that move for you and SMU, man.
Yeah, what an exciting time for everybody here on our campus. Obviously we got our work in front of us this year with the American. That certainly is not going to be a cakewalk by any stretch. We have our work cut out for us. But in terms of the university's opportunity to move, I mean, since they were in the Southwest Conference, SMU has, been around, and up until this move to the American, because I do think SMU had a great niche and was very integral in the creation of that league and this league, the American. But in the state, TCU, Big 12, Baylor, Texas, and Oklahoma going to the SEC, Houston joining the Big 12. It was almost like I think over the years, SMU on the outside looking in of the highest level, Power 5, whatever they're calling these things now. But from a basketball standpoint, I grew up a basketball fan, and for me, college basketball was the Big East and the ACC. And Duke and Carolina have always been the class of college basketball, along with the other handful of blue bloods. So for us to be affiliated with a conference that really fits our profile, our academic profile, we're located. It's an easy flight for us to get to the East. We gain an hour coming back, and again, you mentioned earlier we're in Dallas. But in the state of Texas, if you're a young player, you got great options. You got a Big 12 options. You got several Big 12 options in this region. And then you got a couple of SEC options now. But now you got the ACC, which is unique. And it gives us a unique opportunity to appeal to young people as a specific kind of option, both academically and athletically, that is unique. And so couldn't be more excited about it.
And I see it as an opportunity for you, too, because you have ties to the SEC, being in Tennessee, Atlanta, the Eastern Seaboard, Southeast, being in Georgia State. So for you, I feel like it opened up your doors even more, moving to that conference for you, who you can bring into your program, who fits the profile, because we all know you're a hell of a coach and hell of a staff, man. I just believe in you. You know that for sure. And I feel like this is going to be good for you based on your network of people you already have.
Yeah, you know what? This is, without question, I thought of SMU as a destination job for me when I came here in the first place. And that was regardless of conference affiliation. If we stayed in American, this is where I would want to spend. This is where I came here to be here. I'm 55 years old. I'm not looking to bounce around anymore. We got a job to do. I got to get it done, and I'm excited about that challenge. But this is a destination job as it was, and as is, boy, what a destination to be in, to be a part of this institution in this city affiliated with that conference. I mean, what an opportunity, huh?
No doubt, Coach. Like I said, you've been putting in your years. I met you in Tennessee. You was grinding in Tennessee. I remember you at Sienna. So, like I said, I followed your career. So, seeing this for you, man, I'm happy for you, man. You got New York. I got a lot of New York friends and family as well, man. So, seeing what you've done, man, it's great, Coach. Coach, I'm telling you, you don't look like you double nickel at all, Coach. You're a little younger than that, Coach. You're doing good, man.
I got a little gray.
You're doing good, Coach. You're doing good. But, Coach, they're good. Hey, always good to talk to you, brother. And best of luck to you this year, Coach. I'm hoping I talk to you in March. We're going to the big dance, man, and I'll be watching you all journey as always, Coach.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, brother.
Anytime, Coach. I'll see you soon, brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks, man.
All right.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to The Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.